It's official. DLFM 106.9.
Yamamo akwaba. Afi yensha kasebo no asem. Yensha kasebo no se yensha ase ne yemfam free from mantam no emu mekire voter region. Nankra beto DL kasebo pono so echiremisem. Owura bi ono oye mobile money agent adwuma yi bi ono no oyisika ena mba de hye tatrata nkwanhia tumi ato no ma mekese no wahwere ne nkwa ego framantam nim asem wei esiyem ewo endrada na eye ofuruso busuma ye woman ne da na etoso aduonu nwotwe emfimpim mienu ene aduonu enum ewo mra na numra no nsia apo apa ho sema no etunum ewo ndo na dwade ma asem wei esiyem ewo afre we no no ewo kati south mensenim ewo framantam na enipa momaden ehu de esie nyina ya brand ya mekese wahwere ne nkwam ne den ade Christopher eye ahoto dodo abonam nane embote hono mo se Colombo ninu ya bema ejemre chechensem de chensentwefo kiremu sem endrada na enumre no nsia no agbapa ho semadunum ninu ya bema apon adwuma na ototo ne shop num na wadi kan ede credo ede ato ne shop num esoro na aka na afo a na ogusu a otomam ohia ne setatrata na nipa mienu ede max ahyehye omanim ebeje ne ntan atwuto eda chensa krache adwuma no wapon de sika na ya bag ni mu no enya odia di se de bomode ne sika no yima yen ante sa de ne ade ebedi wo no enya sem kuma na mranti wa hyase tututu hwehwewem sa ya sa gro aneto ba ko so dima ya na krache ne dende Christopher akodo ado abo no mrane sem Colombo yi eto ni biaka ne boso ne nsa benkuma bo hono mo se ta krache mu na to kutum kanana nne ba ma kirem se no nankasa na nya na wo shop na nso mra na tutu ne kwaso no wantimi enya na so free se babo no kra kan se dwaneje okran kwanti emrika tente okwadro ono okro no efresabe etu tutu de ontimi nyina honom e ma ne nkwa so hwere ne nti o kirem se emre tutu ne kwaso no adehye bepie mu na nso se de ekọ na se de tu ne kwaso no nya de betuma gya ne na so nti obiada etimi dwane yem wakasa kirem se eyade ne nua no nanka yem ya adom na de biada okwa adwuma so a nanka numre no num ena wopon na so ndrata na olmo de beyi sika ona kachi ebi frene ka kire ne se wontwen na yakopɔ ya adoma animra no nsia kɔma beyi sika nti ɔwatwene mu ya sa na fofia nto ata akwafutetwa mo beto hye ne so ndrata eto eka na mekese no abrante ne de Christopher akodoi wahwe ne nkɔne mama na kasa ede nsɛm kyekire mu ede som nsɛntrefo.
Around 6 p.m. yesterday, we closed from shop and we were closing the shop to go home. So we closed. We got the first padlock and left with the down one to be locked. So whilst we were facing the container, locking the padlocks, we didn't know that anybody was behind us. Armed robbers were behind us, trying to attack us. My brother was actually bending down to lock the down padlock. When I was sitting on the motorbike, waiting for him to finish locking the down padlock for us to do. All to know, they were already close to us, aiming at us to shoot. So I just turned my neck to call my brother down. Are you done? So we go. Before I realized they were already close to us. And there was little we can do. The next thing we heard was gunshots in the air. And I had to run for my life because they were aiming at me also. So I had to run for my life quickly. We had to rush him to the hospital. We went to the police station to lodge complaint. And the police also assured us of doing investigations and
Any awoti ye aya brantia make say mobile money adwuma bi no yam akronfotetwa makoto ahye ne so agye ne nkwade afre ne nsam ewo fragment enu nua bema ena yete ne nkan enu wachi ena wasanso kire mu sem asem ni se wo maden epeja ne nua ko pie mu awa yare sebe ne so mkodu e pa doctor for ka kire ne sem de adu ne bema wu akura ekurade am enkwantu nyintini nua no wa free mu wakasa kire mu sem eno anim yada won ka bie momode ammoa na nipa bonfo a wanom agye ne nkwade afiri ni se post from where na wanche on mafisa se ekonom asemwe no ene enye pa odi nsem sei esan ede tudwa.
Okay, so when I turned my back, I realized 4 guys were coming from the bush. They were all in mask. That was all I could see. But even that, they were already close to us. There is this kind of gun, like I don't know the actual gun, but then it's long and have some curvy at the end there. That was the gun, the one I saw leading the group was holding. That was sometimes we even close earlier than that. But we don't stay beyond 6 o'clock. Sometimes people we work with come late in the evening. So some of the times we attempted to serve them before we go. But we don't go beyond 6 o'clock. So yesterday we closed around 6 and this thing happened. When the thing happened, I think the act in which the criminals were made the people who were around also had some fear in them because they were shooting in the air. They saw one of the group member using something to hit him while he was shot already on the floor. All these ones, I wasn't there because I was on the run for my life. He's still at the hospital, but so far he has been confirmed dead. And the police have assured us that they want to carry on with investigations for now. That is what the police have told us. We just came back from the police station actually.
Any awoti ye aya bemu ano ni nua bema ene Christopher Ehodo Adwoa Agyei mane se Colombo ya ono oyemba mani adwuma yi bi e wo framantem mu mekire Katu South abato mpesu aso ena mekasei enipa bi akofotetu amoa akwaje ne nsem sika nyina da asane so asane tuo mu de agu nuso a wonom agye ne nkwade afiri zeni bema ntechirimo de ma ye ne mu chirimo ena ye de asomwe
Yantoa Kasiabone so na general manager Edema External Communications ye Electricity Company of Ghana Yachas ni Ayiku Eden Sama tuja kyerese yetimemfo no so munye ohaw bia kanea ho a so mbomode no momo maso te se ne omo so beye ntempa so no ombetimi ede omo ho agim no matimi ede hu dwuma esanse nipa bebre na ana eye complain a kyerese efa dumso ni titru ene nkra hanom a mo kyerese se wa mbomode anka enya ade a omusu ebehu na bro ne nsɛmtwerɛfo etwetwe nkomo ana ochiem na ɔka enya ade a company monitoring system no bibia na omuhu fort bia bebe bia no se wanfra team na fort team no anka nkyɛ omu ne esi enya ade omusu behu ne esi ntina ya timemfo ne mmɔmɔden aso metimi afrɛ fort team no ma kyerɛ mu ade a kyerɛm so na ebe ya omusu behu mu a omode beboa wɔm
storms. And as a result, it affects our overhead line networks, whereby the things fall on the line and then affect distribution lines. Other faults that come in is as a result of weak underground cables joints that also affect underground cable. So basically, whenever there's a fault, what we do is that we have to troubleshoot and then get the location of the fault. So the location of the fault will determine the repair of the fault. With underground cable, it's not visible like the overhead for you to see. So when there's a fault, first we have to troubleshoot to isolate the faulty portion. But you cannot determine the spot of the fault until the test van goes on it to locate the exact spot at which the fault is for the repairs. Basically, when we troubleshoot and we know that the cable fault, the root of the cable fault is between a particular substation and another. So that portion is isolated and grounded. When I mean grounded is and we have done our best to repair them. The most important thing is while the fault comes, if the fault is a high tension fault, our system can detect it. Then we troubleshoot and repair. But there are faults that are limited to an area that you are.
Ene ya uti Charles ni Ayiku ona general manager Edema External Communications ye Electricity Company of Ghana.
Yantoa Kasiabone se bonfa nwura mwam Ghana mampeni na kache bema opoadam John Dramani Mahama ene do yada etimi apa Ghana Medical Trust Fund jumadi hu ntomadi enda so do abonam na nsem Mahama case eba beboa nipa hudo bia Yadwa krankro afo mu nomu eku anamade omo kwansia do bitisem kidney failure ebenti sesa be cancer kokura mu yade a echi nipa na ede ne ekwansia do ana afi nso yade ahodo a etimi aha yakoma ne ade no dwumade ba beboa pa ma ne nyinada etimi afa ho ka boa ma nipa wanom nam oho ahodo mu efa sa nyalo woboni ensemu no eto etimi etwa Ghana mampanin John Dramani Madi se wade tudwane e ma opa dwumade ne ho ntoma University of Ghana Medical Center krabo premantem ene ebradai ene wo kire musem dwumade betimi aboa pa ma nipa wodo we monam jese ne nyadwa hodo so a ene akoya kwankwa yade a etwe nipa ebo mo todwe do mo konse do no eto etimi etwa Ghana mampanin akase kire musem ankwankra biada wa kakra wo bodi anafa wo kakra behiem na nyina ya mona nipa da sabia nyadwa kwankro etwa no do konse do no eto entimentwa Ghana mampani kase mu no wasan chemze mekase no ono ankwasa yi ni botom sika nyankopɔ ya adoma Semperifo hye so mutua ne ka so mampani abosum bia du a ne bottom sika no bosom box me makoma kunsia sika odokwa akwahye eye mahama kes dwumade ma boa ma pomuden akwanka de amade hye a yade akwankro afom no mu e wo manganam ode nsem sei etudwa.
All corporate Ghana, that is private sector and state sector, to annually devote a portion of their community social responsibility to Ghana Medical Trust Fund, because it's going to do a lot of good to our country. I want to assure Prophet Adanu that while he was speaking, I mean, the many suggestions he was throwing out, I turned quietly to the Minister of Health and asked, are you taking notes? And he quickly took his paper and started writing. So, Prof, you can be sure that note has been taken of the suggestion you made, and we want to thank you for that. I want to thank Professor Agyei, who's been my long-standing pensioned, medical professional. I was curious to see how much he had given. And so after I took the check, I gave it to the health minister. But after a while, I collected the envelope back, and I peeked at it. And he won't want me to mention it, but I want to say that I was surprised at how much he's giving. Society, a doctor on pension has given $1,000 to Ghana Medical Trust. And so that should encourage all of us and encourage, the corporate institutions to do even much better. But on that note, I also, as the initiator of this laudable program, would also have to give something. And so I've pledged half a year, 6 months of my salary to Mahama Cares. I'm not yet being paid. They say Accountant General is still doing something. But whenever Accountant General finishes, 6 months of whatever I'm entitled to will go into Mahama Cares.
Enuachi and a Ghana man penny casemo and was actually musem. And who be here pass the Uboka see betimia coso. Ewa Ghana, Mantam, any men's now doing eminent me a bois. Nani pebi, just any more mundi munti. Ya did the basa, and when she see Enquiries, a man and walk on crubby dear. Seba modern Emma ya bought in the Rahodo, Eka, Nipa betimia fasom. Near dear Huni, yes, and we na bois. Yadwa would be a ne, young fian for a woman a banner, super tomato, and how do I crown chrono? As yet tomato, Emma Nipa a well cosono, as so etimi ate.
This program must be linked and will be linked to our primary healthcare project, which we are yet to launch. Because under the primary healthcare, we envisage that there will be volunteers and designated community pharmacies where our citizens, wherever they live, or the chiefs compounds, will be required to go and take their blood pressure, check their sugar, because like was said by the UNICEF director, these diseases are preventable. And even if they have an onset, if you detect it early, you can have a favorable outcome if it's detected early. And so the primary health care would have community volunteers who will go from house to house occasionally, maybe every 3 months, every 6 months, and just take people's blood pressure, check their sugar level and all that. We'll have a program where women, launch it. But more especially, a lot of these diseases are caused by ignorance in terms of our lifestyles and all that. And so we must also, as part of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund program, launch a very strong awareness campaign so that people will know what the trigger factors for these non-communicable diseases are.
And here what ye a Ghana man penny, John Dramani Mahama.
Yantua kasia bone so na se de Ghana for ye passport ho san ya abano de ya de omobeji omani e wo ho ye pensan se eye Ministry of Foreign Affairs abelanche ye nhyehyɛ foforo kra chese eye passport ode abano se de chip no de ahyem chese 24-hour passport processing service nini na ewom sanso na door to door passport delivery so ehemu bi sanso na e-tracking system ka obebo ansa na wenya passport so o mate so 30%. It say new travel document obenya no microprocessor ehemu ache say holders biometric any photo information ni na no ade on be link de ama national identification authority database no na che say okoye passport asanya na okoye a obecha ansa na onsa aka no. It say the 15 days pena onsa etimi aka o passport no Ministry of Foreign Affairs Samuel Kudjeto Ablakwa ekasa no the same say etuja
going to demonstrate that we are ready for the first ever mass rollout of the chip embedded passports, and that we are also ready for the comprehensive progressive reforms that we have outlined. And to demonstrate that we are ready, everybody here willing, including our friends in the media, the bloggers, all of you are entitled to the new chip embedded passports. We are doing it as a full package together with our reforms. So let's itemize these reforms. They are 6, and I'll ask you to come along with me. So the first reform, obviously, is to switch from the current biometric passports to chip embedded passports. Number 2, we are commencing 24-hour operations here at the passport head office from today. Number 3, today we are starting with direct passport delivery at your convenience through courier service. And this is the first time Ghana is doing that. Reform number 4, we are also activating immediately an e-tracking system to allow all passports applications to be tracked by the end user. As soon as you commence your passport application process, you can track all the way.
Enwechi anosadi tuja anoche say chip embedded passport on henu afa komasofu bia say onfa engo ensraso.
It is already high because we your salaries, we your top papers and those stuff. And now electricity bill every increase.
Dia enya eneno ede ama we say we die enye no a
I was really alarmed and outraged when I saw on some channel people sending their passports for anointing oil for men of God to pray. So when they go for their visa interviews, automatically they'll get their visas. Please, we beg you, these new chip embedded passports, you and your men of God, please, they can anoint other parts of your body, but please leave out the passport because it will compromise the security features and it won't work. And let me commend Reverend Lorestete. Reverend Lorestete has spoken on behalf of all the men of God that they agree with us. So no more anointing oil on the passports.
And now we see a Ministry of Foreign Affairs Samuel Okudjeto Ablakwa.
Ghana for the bimu duebu pa. Na passports nso tam kotoso fu anim so onsra no ngo.
I say bia na ni fia benfu edi na chi.
Anya se onya kwantu kwan.
Dey be.
Kuruma yanko yanim. Sika yanto akasebo ne se na nkra beto di akasebo punu so akire mu sem. Eye afro barometer mpanifo akobode atomu agu montene so. Ewo mfempim mienu ene edunu nan mu ekoye hwehwemu mapapam. Ewo man Ghana mantama hodo ni nyane mansine nyina mu eje Ghana fo adwenkyere. Ena Ghana fo do na akasa ese. Sesei se kwanya ba so man Ghana sesei ni yanto aba. Na nyempa wo bi medi o man Ghana so biewu a abato no aya manga. Dia wade aba ya kan befa mepieto. Obi ampa abato biewu ye pesoja mammu. Ene ebisa Ghana fo ze de na ekoso na mu kire mu se hwe. Munnim de yakro. Ya to aba everything 19 kojo home. Ya to ansoma yeti no apetampe etimidi etim emfaso bi amaso. De akoya ne se MPP ene NDC. Emperform dada manyoko we mienu we yanom ene ebo man Ghana todwo tosesabi omo no mama hu so sesabi so nkronso atare nimpa enchemu. Wade mu utem se ha dwenye pantefri na ekwade. Soja memmo ena Ghana fododo na akase kirem se wonom epem. Ne perform hwe be ya ne beto agya ekirem sem. Sese mi kasa nom emfempem mienu ne de no mienu emu nom be 2022 no ebeto adwa se ne panimu ohamu gichemu aduanan 40%. Ana kirem se nanka we de mo pe eye soja me wonse mi kase de asesa hwehwe abeto agya ekirem am eye adwumaku a edin ada wonom so a Ghana fo nyina de frɛ wonom nom eye CDD Ghana for money accountoma de banchirimu any Center for Community Livelihood eye Development eka boma womko piem okuma se ne miamia hodo bibisa Ghana for se Ghana fo yi de adrei se de yakoso no man kekere no Mope kamonke memo na sek eye soja ban na mope. Ene mebunu no munchichemu o ha munchichemu de said no munsia 56%. Omo emfie ne fiti emfie du nwotwe. Ekopem aduonu eye enum 18 years kopem 25 years. Esan so ebinum se firi aduonu nsia kopem aduonu ne mtem se ye pe soja memwo. Efise de akwaso e Burkina Faso ne anitua. Bibi akon kan Ghana de dada na ne senti. Kebem memo ne sabi bibini ensen fata no kram. Ema no munchichemu eye aduanan nwotwe ne mema so ha munchichemu eye aduonu mmienza akire mu sem. Soja memo no eno a na yepe dia kase boto yango mo antenze Ghana de se bi kwotwen komo nsem sei na mo de to yanimu.
Young military coup leaders are doing very good. Currently, we are seeing where Burkina Faso military leader he is doing very good for Burkina Faso and the Sahel Alliance. They are doing very good for their countries. So we are feeling when the military leaders come, they do very well. They do everything to reset the country and it moves on very well. So if and only if our democratic political leaders are abusing power, abusing office, then we will love the military men to reset the country.
Because like morality, like about me, I like morality past other person. Just take an example. The return, look Burkina now. If the military way they do what it take over power now. See how the Burkina is doing now. What about Ghana? Look Ghana, everything they are corruption. They chop money. Before they chop money. They chop money just anyhow. They don't do anything. You just make a cry here.
I no empenifo no they chop money. Oh, omo nya hwe pro ne kankan kwa. Na Ghana food bi a kire madwunje ne agina we so adan ye ho akwakoje. Ye na boafo nkrato ye ba kase bo no ye beto aso.
Makwantu ohunsam eye medadwen nanso meyansam tro ne nti menya adaje ye hwehwemu ekohu Sunday Sam's consult na wonom nti ende metimi ba menya abre ne adaje ekenkan ye eye investigations about womo ana mehu se wo apply for visa assistance a emfeli efri se wonom ewo track records madanse die nie ma menintrel Sunday Sam's consult edi Britia webi ebeje wo visa amawo se wo ko United Kingdom, Canada, Dubai, Poland, Croatia, Nafe Kradia, Serbia, any Greece in so abeka ho a work permit ethetri. Ma menchira wo mo etri kwan. Sunday Sam's consult ewo Ofanko barrier, Asofan, our Bay Wise Park Hotel, ewo Asofan New Station honomo a. Phone number 0244 291546. Email address nso samuelowusu626@gmail.com. Yeti ehudi enti, we connect dreams with opportunities. Emanenye wadwendwen, frɛ wonom na nso bedi adanse empo asede media.
Yamamo akwaba afe yakenkan madwenkyere ne bia na yemfa ensomo. Wei every Kofi Parliament na ochire mse Ghana mampeni. Omo akwaba bio kosoa to aso na somo man Ghana sompa hwe live edi free aguna bobi kuma apam. Wei nsu every master planner junior kentapo na ochire mse Ghana mampeni yin. Yanto abanfa mo se be chief justice efe akwamnya so na afe nso. Ya kacha za bachete ne maso na Ghana fo ho to ene ba ne se nenne aketua enkwankan ni pass trema ye densa ya das we si baba mahama oboase na ochire misem endi sabada da Ghana fo abaji tumi atena so no me mo nyamadwe se galamsi no betu ase na Ghana fo ehuna mane ya das pam Ghana ni ye ba won chen so fa na mi so fa eye afro barometer fo hwehwemu apai Ghana fo do na aka se chen so mo pesoja apai evize kamaka be membo ndada na NDC ni MPP abrona Ghana ni wuti asem se ya omai na dache odwene ho sen ebebo soja ban anase kamika membo no pelefo nya bibi mfa ho na ma konkan 0534050199 ana 0593406565 usu betimi afuna do adwen kire no edi aba. Hello madwo
so me do abete
ya mi adum bra kwa me dodo ana
bra kwa me dodo na me do na wakire
ya mi adum Sikapa oje wo so pa na ho ye
ayo ya da mi
yentiu
bebra seja bana we kan on the bible bank we na clear because they coach for my but share on sa adape woman people so we
sure me kai pa
na me ya ko pa papa they coach for Ghana and but and see mo se seja bana be bank ko bo a che ja debe maybe could you cut to mama to you
Mate Medase pa. Hello Maju.
That letter.
Oh great we are fe
That letter.
Oh, champion man himself.
Over Kwanso.
Oh, Kwanso senior.
Na Antico near Drone, if you are
Bibi wa hopa senior Benny body tell my uncle.
Yo, that letter, now me say. Minimum me of phrases say, a drink 2,000%. It's answer. Caneno. That letter I say, ye near Fikakra. Ye be who a year or man penny dada when you're the baby crow, a year or man penny flight lieutenant J.J. Rawlings. Na memu. Sata mana ye soja memu no. Nkwasi asemi wa entimi nkoso wo Ghana ha o. Wona hwan ko kasa komforce ko. Na oba yare out na koma hwan. Won esan say ye ka bi mamin ka bi no director. Ye say kumani suma me na no nkyerɛ sɛ famani su ba ya aben. Wọ́n ti nneọma bi wɔ hɔ a freedom of speech ɛne democracy no ɛyɛ a moma yɛn hyɛ nneọma bi nso sɛ yɛne nipa na ɛyɛ adeɛ na yɛde nipa so na ɛyɛ adeɛ. Wati ase nti nneọma bi wɔ hɔ a.
Ɛnti sɛ sɛ awudi na hefa yɛn nkɔ soja aban na ɔ.
Oh, let's go back to the soja aban.
Better medase bebree great we have medase pa. Hello Majo.
Yeah, just so man.
Senior awudi na baabi akasa free.
Me did Thompson CJ. That's the Damo City. Asama Damo City.
Champion me enti onimre.
Me nyama kono. Kevina mi kevin mo bono mbwa. Do mahama bias sia de boy ka bat. The pese soja military na role na. Anka be boy.
Ya pe military role no.
The military role na because some roles were on there. Si barista ye ko.
Medase nyame nhira bebre ne wonso wadwen kyerɛ. Hello Majo.
Yao.
Ahon fa odi na baabi akasa free.
Because FM dynamic kasa fi dodoa.
My dynamic yentie wanimre.
Me dey imagine ni say akasa jaba ne ba. Akebe boy empa. Because Rollins time no ne si ye ni tania. Ma discipline ba o mind. Akebe nye obi ti say Rollins bioma. Aka so jaba ndi anko samra.
Okay. Medase bebre pa ahon fa say wonso do wadwen kyerɛ. Aba. Hello Majo. Wentimi enyina so facha me pa wonso betumi abo ede awuramum 053 40 50 and 0593 65. Hello Majo.
Nana Kwanso.
Kwanso senior. Eskenie Dodoa.
Eske Dodoa.
Champion menti animre.
So ja ban bank be boy. E ka be boy pa se me Mrs. If it is 1996 na soja ban wo so no obi mfa bola e megu station.
Okay.
Na obi omo nje ntare wuro fo obi aso nkasa nche pani wuro fo. Obi ye ne kwa obi di na febe so.
Okay.
The soja ban bank be boa pa.
Medase pa eske do nya menhira won so pa. Hello Majo.
Yeah, ni Nhyiraba.
Champion sa kwade ni ana.
Da dia Tommy.
Oh, Black Tommy eburi jankama. Champion menti animre.
Oni. Me no mo ya 100%. Ikabe bua papa.
Soja na. Yati.
Kana ma phone senfo e kosi ikabe.
Etwatwa. Medase bebre senior. Onso wadwe nkyere mu hwamsa. Hello Majo. Hello. Good evening senior. Wodi ni ba bia akasa free. Epacho menti o. Oh, senior, wa homa no abuka for kakra yente won kan yekura. Hello. Pacho menti o. Oh, am say wa homa na mo de o kan yente hwe facha ye pa de o kan nyina yente hwe. Hello Majo.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, senior. We didn't maybe akasa free.
Richard Men BBF from Richard.
Oh, champion man.
Oh, ni me.
Senior, me yentio, ya kwani soja ban, anaka bi mami nka bi.
Yenko ni soja ban ni pepe, senior mini atomika no. Yenko ni pepe sa anka bebwa.
Oh, okay. Ni nyaka mka me mo ntu ba bi kura o.
Oh,
okay, Mate. Medase bebre. Medase pa me fa me last caller na yen sorry so na yeta mo no kopa. Hello Majo.
Hello.
Senior, we didn't be akasa free. We are me last caller.
Pacho, if you go to FM TV.
Senior, yan kwani soja ban ana say yi your friend is saying come nka bi dada ya.
Ya military rule.
Oh, emom.
time, because this year, last time, this is one class, more Batiano.
Okay.
And the Passoja Rua, and that.
Medasi baby, nyamisha Meso medasi pa senior. Sikade no yenya ba kokora nka so peka munkem na sade na atrapo.
Yes na kasa akọ kabina min kabina mboa.
Wonso sa na hu no wo. Ye pesoja.
Ani and oye ya.
Ye mpe kunkum soja na mo meji obi meji so no meji ye ntumi mfiri ye nsem. Na won kire de yenye. Sa na bibi ni pe wo hu.
Ye ka cho se abo na ye sei na ya bana wato so na ya bro.
Ano ana mra na ye adwuma. Better sika ya sore so na senior Bismarck. O se ene enipa mienu adofo mienu omo ye ntafo. Enti Jimaima apia junior eni senior ene o ma woda abadwonko mo ho fe papa. Ye ya ho fe dua mienu. Nyankopon hyira mo pa no mpagya mo ene eye ma wodam. Twede ya mpon Nyankopon onfiri ni konkrom honom emehyira mo onya mo kaisi ye sede ma ho fe ene mo anim sede ye Nyankopon tena ni mu kyire mu ye pa anti wei eye happy birthday enko enfama mom entafo mienu a moden edi Jimaima apia junior ene senior mo ho ofe pa mo anim duan de se bia no manam mo anim na face sika me ho fa sefo mienu nti wei senior Bismarck yene ya Bismarck a yene na ekwa na eba ofie heye ye hyenka ni Bismarck o se Nyankopon hyira Jimaima apia junior ne senior onye wo kese no mpagya wonom emfiri adomo enkwa we happy birthday enko fama mom Jimaima apia senior and junior efri yen senior driver apia na o se yemfa Bismarck wo Bismarck na o se yemfa oda kese we yemfa ye na kase bo ne ye de asimu sebufo no maze mebel entry na semu no ho ofe pa tuntum so you na semu de maye Confitela the Nations MC e de ekopie mum e wo Facebook no so unya dwumade bia na event bia wo pa MC ya ono wan frɛ na wabɔka kwa on be ye ho dwumade amawo akenka no se ye mienu e de amegye so ye takwa de kodwo krom twobe wo de hye konkrom Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy bi meni Apakan Gate ne wo fa ase ne dende
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa.
Yes, Osman Apakan Gate ene ba na meboa.
Ani.
Sa so for coach no, omo so ompam no na meboa.
Ompam no.
Oni mi say Yankopon ya adoma nimre PSG, emo ne hwan, Arsenal na esi ani Champions League. Ba mo nyina moniti, ya na so dey say ye twa omo di kura. Arsenal na ekọ. Ya kra mo.
Why you travel to agent? Why? Ask and I don't coach us. Ask your for ya. Catalonia as coach. Ask your for ya. Catalonia as coach. You can't come media for so I don't say. What are you for us? Yeah, as for the problem us. And you go to me back. Never have a problem. MS. What are some coach? Why you travel to agent?
Blandagba wotro ya melegbadran ovinyo fogbatofio gamadome noyin sports ye metwogbono yimenko enyu DL Power Sports update merekuno wotro ya yo madana gbona madana mesia makropomotofio no choma radio adre DL 106.9 anyabi ganjobi tuwele bo no koye Facebook ke YouTube gbekene menga bo efia no yo gbekene obe che watahye kon wake sports ne ba gbaji DL Power Sports update mekwa bofai gbekene ni ochemoko ni moko akemoko ni mofiamo ke radio for DL 106.9. Good evening to our cherished listeners and viewers watching us live across all our social media platforms. Tuesday evening, we are back on your radio to bring you DL Power Sports update. So please don't hesitate to call a friend to tell a friend that DL Power Sports update is airborne live. Ebusia ma menyina we so na me ma adwon e ma wakwa ba mfa be pie mu wankram pumpuni mantam ene Ghana agye atum kasa fidie kase ba ko peso DL ohani nsia e chiripo enkronda branda nwumremre redu se agude momrantie esinkunya na agude mu nsawa ya boaboa no Ghana e bibrema ne broni kro so de ni asamufo agibre wu so asone so kroje na intebeni nyina wayi afimini aka de osie modu otiefo editie sa wote ohwefo edihwe sa ohwe ena yen oka fonso no edika se ka ena yatena se de babesum ba bibia wo bia tami kuchu na agibre ya tase nsem na boaboa no ye besane mu ede agufam ede amao na yetena se abribia oni misa dwuma ko bia daroma ena ye de nsem ne bantina nwumre abusua kame woni yemfasida kese emfama Lumba ensupa na Lumba ensupa ye nsu abadwama nsu emu ode emuti eye kroje kama Food and Drugs Authority ade afam fidie mo aye nhwehwema gya tum se ne obagana na opensuo ba ko bia no ma eno ane Lumba ensupa ni jesam ne se ye woni sachet ye woni bottle enti ni opebia ubenya bi na wano no na bibia kama de amao bibia fa nsuo aye no mo de abusia eno ane Lumba ensupa fiefie mo mononom dwumadie bia odi bia fabi asom wa hoho ena afensu mo amotonton nsuo no Lumba ensupa both bottle ene sachet no monton krofo beto na mwanya ska edi agumo botom eni je samane se bebia wo bia nsuoi wo pebia won sabeka enti dansoma ne mpatamufo no Madam Abanyameche akachi mu benya bi wo na Madam Abanyameche wa Pietutlin oben eye Lumba Sport no mu benya no ewa homayi so 0557 349-401 enwechi ofankwane ne mpatamfo no Mama Vic akachi mu benya bi wo 0500 680-783 na Lumba ensupano baby bia obia opebia to a oba DLFM ya kachi ewonkra gbogwa junction ya ne Wisconsin International University no ena edi animhwe obepiem ya kachi a obenya insuo ne biato na bibia ayekama open dodo a friend numbers we yare bibegu hyenmu ne ya beidi ama ana Enquiries bia opese we bia no bobody ya friend numbers we 0555 0 no about 5 miensa 274757 ana 0577 475343 Lumba nsupa ekitamu na nyume yade nsamane ba from afar kwame afumu aka yon yade nsamane ba Kofitela yade ya to Facebook and YouTube DLFM 106.9 obetumi ahwe dwumadi ene bi wabusia mi ameti akonya kesi made nsamana besomo no edi ameje so no eye ayensu ano de hye Apakan GH the blessed kiyentie we ba yebesi family action nsamana se edi amao
Apakan GH wode nyansa de wadiawo wo interview wo kasai wa hobrase wo radio mu kire se wo yo pabe ne wo radio mampa enti kagagru
Abusia yanka jangumane yansha nsamna se amfamare yansha se amfamfi Ghana Olympic Committee akache na mabon koma se danwada omukoto aba memere dan ekoyi mpanifo a omubedi omanim na mene okasede bibia tutodi mpanifo a Ghana Olympic Committee akwakoyi omo se imfie nan a edi anim no omonda ekoya no no montoto nyama se na be ya Ghana Olympic Committee ebetuma fa ne ntoma pefra no sei ena etie minya abotre na me break it down position bi anipa o wini abana area amadia presidency no papa ya friend Richard Kofi Akpokavi na etumi erini GOC presidency ntinde open new GOC president Mr. Richard Kofi Akpokavi enwechi so first vice president no eko Edma Mauko Afajano na second vice president no Frederick Late Otu na etumi erini third vice president no eko Edma Ernest Danson na fenso general secretary no eko Edma Muhammad Muniru Kasim na fenso assistant general secretary no eko Edma Bawa Fuseni treasurer no Evans Yabua Enewini and assistant treasurer no eko Edma Edward Patrick ni Lante Banaman ono ena otumi ewini na board members no say enete Kamal Sule nde ubenya Delphina Kwe Richmond Rexford George Tete George Lamte ubenya George Owusu Ansa Samuel Tete Aye na wenya Nathaniel Johnson Edwin Amankwa na fenso Rafa to Inusa we monso ene form board members no edema Ghana Olympic Committee mfie na edi enimi ombe toto nyama sene be ya Ghana Olympic Committee ebetumi afa ne ntoma pa efra ya bo ehonkomo ede achiro enso wo na dano memere dana no Ghana ha no CAF Executive Committee omo eye meeting ekoso Ghana na mebeti ho edema se wanhwanhwa Ghana Football Association President Kurt Okreko wanhwa Vice President position ebekọ de amano say eye official Kurt Okreko GFA President no ya appointed as second Vice President edema Confederation of African Football ya bo ehon komode acho enti Kurt no kwa no konanim CAF ESCO no also in the second Vice President wasanso APMO a enkakran cricket ekonanim ewo football ma yede wonsam ede atoanim na senam penefo kan no wode wani ba ko hwe toa mienu ma ebo entiket say nansani positions no abedoso oye GFA president wo Ghana wafu zombi oye president CAF ESCO oye member ene ubenya CAF second vice president o se aba nipa ba ko pe adwuma na doso enti eso jemu editor na odibituo na ohwehwemu na no o se ne wafu zombi presidency no or the adwuma na to from meto so na ombe adwuma na enso ewo ntime no ka say Kurt Okreko a step down as wafu zombie president or see ne no o focus o GFA president no so CAF ESCO no so any CAF second vice president no o focus o no so enti wafu zombie president there or the ato so before from na omefa dwumade ne nto aso a yetumi abon komo area na endra Ghana Football Association signing 2-year sponsorship deal with KGL for Black Stars. Na sike APM no for 2 years no 20 million Ghana cedis and APM na agreement no everything is done. Bibia edit an akwemo. Na wasa dwumedie na ase no and penipa in the order edwumeku a ye friend KGL no odi enkomo ye friend Mr. Alex Apple adade. Na Mr. Alex Apple adade edi nkomo echirema ende imfie bi atwam omone GFA na ya adwuma na ne no Minister of Sports Honorable Kofi Adams ene omudi nkomo partnership no ene sponsorship mu renew monto monchire sika no emunya duru ena ene oma double scan kra ede akọ 20 million Ghana cedis na be ya Black Stars any football Ghana no ebe fa ntoma pefra Mr. Alex Apple adade penipa order adwumeku a ye friend KGL no yentie no.
The conversation I've had with the minister and yourself, I think the minister has pushed us to do more, and I'm glad to say that we've upped it. If it was in dollars, it would probably have been about $15-something million, but we've upped it to 20 million cedis. So that's what we are committing. And we are committing this also. The last time was $1 million over 4 years. We are committing this over 2 years. So, which means that we have increased and doubled it with
Mr. Alex Apple adade penny powder adwumeku a ye friend KGL no ndra after some signing 2 years sponsorship deal with Black Stars worth 20 million Ghana cedis. Nensema auditu jano no na Kurt Okreko Ghana Football Association president na dwumadi no no wase Kurt Okreko achema odi aseda kese enema KGL for se imfie atwam oma boa Black Stars ye 2018 World Cup yebeko nyina no na KGL omo adaroma ena omo boa ye pese ye kọ 2026 ewo Mexico, Canada ni USA na owojidie se KGL for ebeboa na se na omo boa se Ghana Football ene Blasters ekoye no na enyama nsisi no Kurt Okreko se one ni GFA fo ni nyina ene Ghana fo nyina omo da KGL for ase.
Ensure that we are competitive at the international front. Indeed, your partnership with the FA ensured that Blasters qualified for the European country. And today we are here again for perhaps a very, very important ceremony that would ensure that we keep our promise to our football family intact, and then hopefully take us to the Mundial again in the US of A. On behalf of the FA, we are very grateful for your determination to see us succeed. We are very grateful for your commitment to see Ghana football go beyond the lines in which we find ourselves today. Your investment would ensure that.
Kate Okrakun Sawari to Janono, Honorable Idi Kofi Adams, and so Ekasachema Ghana Mampene, His Excellency John Dramani Mama, and Niswadi Unuba Kupa, and say grassroots sports, any football, ebe fan into mapa efra, Nenchebia Ombe launch a project on grassroots sports. Kwa ebe faso, na matoto nyamana fan into mapa efra, esanse 1 year siya 1 year, ebe sidene soro onsono, enyama beko yenti KGF ande maba eba be boa sports any football Ghana no maya de na nyama ye afofra omomfomo enhye ye football no ye se omode omusika bewrem no we no ebe ensen na wa ma omno nso asuan se emre wiedu se dwumaku awodo wa Ghana no omode omusika ebe boa sports any football
as spreading out and reaching to the very grassroots of the sports. We shouldn't just remain at the national level and not go all the way down to the communities. We want to see community pitches. That if a player is playing in my village on a pitch, when he is moved to, say, the capital of the region or the capital of the country, and he gets the big pitch, there should not be much difference. The only difference will be what? The ambience, the stadium ambience. But for the pitch, we want to make sure that the pitches are of quality at the very community level. And so we're going to be launching that project also very soon. And I know a lot more, like your kind, who are seeing today, who haven't come on board. This should serve as a challenge for them to also come on board. I thank you so much for this support.
Honorable Idi Kofi Adams, and I de Sansamade Tuga, yet to me, adding one some at the Asumo and so wa, and ye Asam Katwa, na Enchebia Black Queens of Ghana, or more at the Women's Afcono, at the Equashishaso, na Ambuabuano, Egusua, Ecoso, na Mebusumia Babe Remono, wa Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence, Prampramono. Black Queens ebe konoma kushiemu akwako boabomo na meno kase coach ayefeni Kimlas Bioke Greno wana also squadra odebeko make campaign no ewo Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence Pram na goalkeepers no Cynthia Fendip Afi Amenyeku ene Osman Huzema Rose Taiba Felicity Esuakon Aisha Yakubu Susanna Kunedo Sarah Kuble Justice Cheneboa, Mohammed Matiti, Elizabeth Upon Patience Kundok, Mohammed Wasima, Abigail Apia, Deborah Efrie, Helena Obin, Yakubu Fridos, Nancy Amon, and Princess Mafo, Prince Ledubia, Alice Kusi, Celestine Boy, Ibrahim Asana, Grace Enima, Abdullah Binto, Mariama Yunus, Ya Abrefi, Abigail Tutua, Sandra Ansa Letitia J, Mary Bekon, and Sarah Nyakon, Way and Squadra, and then coach Kimlas Bioka Green, Black Queens coach Eria Tuga, make campaign, Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence, Pram Betmiakowa, Yabo Eonkomo, Ede Achro, na everything ran opania and opania de. Yawa, you se crate be a better abonting, a crata beya, ye kobiema, almost see ya from. Concerned referees and match commissioners of Ghana. Omo ha one say omo say na otwe ya babe wram no Ghana Premier League omo ndibiem. Ade na omo ndibiem a omo say na otwe makoma kwadu nu baako 21 weeks. Ghana Football Association ade omo referees ne ka. Watwi na ni ompeso betua na Ghana na say oyem ya no wamfe wo se a obi a hu say oyem ya ntinde omate atua omo nkodi games ne nne enkodi no chena. Na ube PM our Ghana ha Penipa other Referees Association of Ghana no your friend Mr. George Sega and ye twibe ye bisanse Mr. George Sega na enkrate ne na Monteno wo rag no na oda no ede na aka fa unim nkrata na ana unim hwemfa e no se ebuo onyom no mo twe krata no na krata na Monteno mo bi amfa wontansa emebo Referees Association of Ghana. And you are more curious, I cried, or money more.
About document about now. I was show me the Anapano.
ena obi draw your attention nti yeso yenya copy no ye dey go around nyina ye Ghana nyina regions nyina ya bisemu obi asenye ono na Troy this is nyina ya hwehwe bebia enye
na Mr. George Seja gina ho o si enyam na motwere okratai na sa ekuo we ankasa ye ka mo asem eye Referees and Match Commissioners Association of Ghana na sa ekuo na ankasa no rag for munim sa ekuo no munim bibi fa mo wana na o se dabi o munim ekuo bi e tisa
so nse ekuo de you can be formed overnight if it ma form say Friday and yenim it ma form no na pay ya na form yentimi nti yenim say ekuo bi wo sa when referees stroke match commissioners yenim sa ko na yenti di ne da but you say information I was anchored and close in the sense that the FN omodienka na strike ne de ya anti bibia say almost obia so strike because yanga dan sam na ya kan woni nyina ya kan sam ne nyina yi no ya dia bibia kwadan ministers
na Mr. George Seja Tuane Samson odi tu dwa say Ghana Football Association at the RAG Referees Association of Ghana odi omka na no Referees Association of Ghana enye na adwen say omo ko strike bia enkodi game na otwen omo nye omo adwen sada na asem no kra no omo report to area Minister of Sports and Recreation wana bo Kofi Adam say GFA for the omka sika twitwiri die na so omatwi omani ti say sabe pani a wayi mframa odwam no omo person betu escan ntia be ya ene Minister of Sports enka omo asem ni bi ma
me see minima me I will not be telling you the truth. Yenim, we have not ordered or come to a point where we say strike is going to happen this weekend. No. Rap, yeah, the veteran krata will notify everybody. All press houses will be notified. And we will not be said, Saturday niya say yanko, David. We will give it a week long.
Referee George Seja, and a crack no, and a referee George Seja say, Kato Krakwe. Our foot will be the mount, and they all call him Wakwa Kodu Calf, second vice president. Na all call him on work when Yasha Wechi say, if you know ya, Yamfa degree and Yashe, as all kobo degree, but now memo as some genuine, for degree no and Yashe. And ticket all call him Akodu Calf, vice president, second no, for when you were fear no. A bit is a referees or make the match a dear yentuam kana referees no so no a key part of our football say oma nyanya maya yem football na nkwanim inticket o kwa wanim no referees no ti wani ebehwe omo e wo fie na come e de omo
referees are the end of where they said that you climb and go to cap. If you have to go now, we are the people who start Hosanna is the house. If it does not look at us and you abandon us, and leave us by pointing first. Then they're up there and hear the cry from behind. How is he going to handle it?
Okay.
Because he knows everything that we're talking about. And the difficulty is, they have to go ahead here. I'm going to need to car. Referee Association, we suggested several things to them. You can go to government and tell them, it is difficult for we here at the moment. We know referee this amount, 2 million, 3 million. Can you do a special favor to grant us an overdraft or a loan to pay them? So that often when we receive our rentals from other people or whatever angle that you get it, or some help from whatever that you do, then you look at the face once more. That way, it's likely our father, the president of Ghana, His Excellency.
Mr. George Seja, Referees Association of Ghana, you're trying to Apakan rag, Penny Odano, and what is Otutun and Mutu and Enumerea, Yadi and Uncommon Eddie Achro, na Endra DJ Hitman birthday Nintino, Ghana Premier League, and to me, I'm found some Amberson, Nemomono, and Penifona kind Sanko Faway, Ayani and Chida, Kuntun Sukrano, and Wanga, and Kwananimo, Ebanechi. Enti Ghana Premier League na ochi resort to Ghana ye run through Famadia Accra Lions Eshe Academy no be United Entumante Mediama Shemiensa Young Apostles Entumante Asante Kotoko Sheba Kwadua Ntumante Vision FC Shemieno Baby Go Stars Omo Ntumante Kara United enso ehye baako Emma Dream Sesi ebo mekamino Brekum Chelsea Sheba Nations Ntumante na Samates ehye Kanemiansa Basicoli Stars Ntumante Lagos City Sanchebi Heart of France bo mekaba kwa Omentumi ante table no senate Baby Go Stars Omurican 53 point Nations etos mienu 51 Miansa Heart of France 50 and 9 Asante Kotoko 50 ena enumuni Samates 45 Ensia Heart of 45 Oko relegation zone asia ona 16th Kara United 29 points 17th Lagos Cities almost 25 points ena Inswatemade Ojugu Babai Okodadada we feel league numko 15 points otwa toward 18th positioner yede ewon some of them mau na ebusia na otwin big game no baso Ghana's version of the Air Clasico eno kwesiada 3 p.m. ewo Accra Sports Stadium Accra Heart of Oak eni Asante Kotoko match day 30 ena omode ebuani na tikita aso folk pen force ombeje no na ebuo no say na tie popular stand no has force omoji 50 Ghana cedi center line almost omoji 80 Ghana cedi lower VIP almost say 150 Ghana cedis upper VIP almost omoji 200 Ghana cedis and offense no VIP no aso folks say 300 Ghana cedis and omobeje into kita size kebia obetumi aba na wabehwe games ne bia ya bo enwo komo enso ede achiro na Abdul Karimizito coach edema Asante Kotoko say Kotokofo no oba e wa winning the first game against Aduana na oka asem ya kyerem se momfa ntomutim se wabe enya ball fe babia wabedui ene se na akaka na season abawie no eye result enti ono de onhwe ball efe ohye go no wini a eno an ohwe for now.
So many matches before I didn't kill myself, but I have to tell you the truth. Assuming we did not win this game, we blow it off. And I said, I don't need good football now. What I needed is to score. And a couple of, my philosophy is I need you to go score. Understand? But at the moment, we only need to win. So this win so important to me that I don't know. This will give her the energy to face the rest. And today, as at yesterday,
Coach Abdul Karimizito and a Watson and Council Ebusia Yamfa Fienin Senior Monitor Ewo Amanone na Yankona Zigibi Emfa Awosono Emetwaso Emfamao na enanyumre ampaye bedwa wo Emirates Sports Stadium ewo England na UEFA Champions League 2024-2025 season no in the semi-final first leg na Kofitela enya no hwenya manum ye mediano emao sesia eye Arsenal ene bobo ko efe Paris Saint-Germain and the first leg na edibo ani na abusia game no hyase eye nonson no na me no ka se yesia kan sima ensia Paris Saint-Germain ashe kan ba kwa Arsenal entumi ente na Abrantia efe Osman Dembele 4th minute and oshe go no edema bobo kwa yefe Paris Saint-Germain and so ntimi no ka se yesia kan sima ensia bobo kwa yefe Piaget ashe ba kwa Arsenal entumi ente ezigi ya kasa na o kasa wa echiri mene odi ane ne na etiefo betie enti Arsenal eda fema kaba kwa omontumi enti Osman Dembele ena achesa go no eri amabobo kwa ye frɛ no PSG ayere wonsam edi amanyankopon ya adom no ochena ba result IBP mun yere wonsam edi abema ochena nso no Barcelona eni Inter Milan ebebo ni nyina no yede ewonsam edi eba besomo Antonio Rudiger German defender obone ball edi ma Real Madrid na Abrantia no na pressure no partial rupture ewo external meniscus ewo ne left leg no na wakwakoye surgery bosum ensia ekosi enwotwe Antonio Rudiger entumi embobo emfama Real Madrid Samson ena Fela Mendy France ni akola left back obo Edema Real Madrid no ono nso akwakupra na wenya rupture of the proximal tendon ewo ni anterior rectum no na ewo ne nan nimfa no 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 so no ne season ye over ontimi mbobo biem emfama Real Madrid a me adi unkomo de akere na Real Madrid defense ne de dodo na pra Dani Kavaya wenya ACL Eda Militao ACL Antonio Rudiger ono nso kɔ ena Fela Mendy nso kɔ a yede won some dem Real Madrid renew Thibaut Courtois or renew the contract until 2028 eno ya Real Madrid Belgium goalkeeper no na Fabrizio Romano Italian transfer journalist or say Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti no one Brazil national team na wi okɔ na wakɔ akɔkɔchiom a yede won some dem Lamine Yamal Barcelona player or see on sono or share him so obey the hope at the ama Barcelona na Barcelona team ya build around him and so and a Hansi Flick Barcelona manager say Neniji wa Barcelona or betna oni baby akwa yede and some at the asmobusia yam fancy na yanko na awoso no emeto asom fama na maminye birthday we na memfa and sorry so amount Tela me de picture na send o me pa chewa no we project dia ma madwa tina aye ne no ewo fie ha na madwa tina say Alenga Grace ene eya o birthday nti madwa tina say Alenga Grace yenyina DL 106.9 kasafidie so na ye ratio happy special birthday na Alenga Grace madwa si enkancho say odopa nyaminshraw onya okese onto nkwanem na ne awhwehwe wo wiase bia no onfa ensomo enso ewo ho na bibia enfanti once again Alenga Grace from Majwa Tena ye ne wo DLFM ha osi oreshow happy special birthday enso ewo honom na mia madam for Figo 1 we taxi driver ewo sun so na your birthday ti ye reshow happy special birthday. Ebu say yesi Zigibi brana onima anoma tu sa no onima anoma tu china obesa mna otu anoma bruta omudi na ne ne aye